What if being unapologetically me, being exactly me, is what sets someone else free? I'm your host, Melinda Dawn, of Unapologetically Yours. And I'm not here to be perfect. Clearly, I am here to be present. I'm here to speak to you. I'm here to pour into you. I'm here to share life with you, wisdom with you, advice with you, laughs. Lots of laughs with you. I'm here to share love. I'm here to give love. And I'm here to hold space. To hold space for you. To model some things, to mirror some things, and to unlock some things. I'm excited to be here. So this morning, I am in Asheville, North Carolina, with friends, new friends as well. And the title of today's episode is, it's either friends come and go or friendships come and go. I think it's friendships. I've already created the image, and by created, I mean commissioned AI to create it for me. And it's been something that I've been thinking about for a few days, about how friendships come and go. So I was intending to take a picture, actually a photo, one of these serious poses. There's a word, is it beatnik? I don't know, I feel like I'm giving beatnik vibes with the black and the bone. So I meant to take a photo and it started this video. So I was like, you know what, let me just go. So I'm with, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 couples. 4, I was counting, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 couples. My husband could not attend. Next time. And we're having a really good time. So we're going to do the Biltmore tour later today. Check into our hotel. There's going to be some spa time for the ladies, either today or tomorrow. It must be tomorrow. I deserve it. You deserve it. I hope you can get some spa time soon. It is lovely. It is cold. You can see my breath. I can see my breath. You might not be able to see my breath. That's okay. I am breathing, y'all. I am breathing. So, I took some notes, but I don't have my computer with me. This sweater is not mine, and it might be a little wrinkly. Don't judge me. Go ahead and judge. Go ahead and judge. Remember the Ho'oponopono song? Love the one who judges, love the one who lies, for they are the ones who are hurting deep inside. So, go on and judge. I'm sending you love. And I've been there. I've been there. And it was more about the reflection of me. It was more about the things inside of me that I didn't care for, that I didn't love. And that's no longer the case. I love all of my parts. All of them. All of them. The good, the bad, the ugly. I love me. And I remember, so I came across some messages recently. Messages between me and another beautiful soul who is younger than me and is just filled with such wisdom, is filled with such love, is filled with the Holy, Holy Spirit of God. And she is my mentor. Like, not in real life, but in real life. What I mean is, like, I don't pay her, but and it's been a minute since we've connected, but man, I learned so much from her. I love you. I love you so much. So I was doing a word search to find a message, and I came across our messages. And in that whole span of time, I'll talk about her messages first. We talked about what we were doing. We talked about what I wanted to do, and she encouraged me to just go for it. And at the time, I was not ready. At the time, I half loved myself. I actually wrote a poem called Half Africa, because I am half. My dad is black, my mom is white. And anyway, I am like all over the place right now. Let me get back to the messages. In the messages, I mention owning my magnificence. And this was years ago. And so I realized once again that the things that I'm saying, it's not new. I haven't just got here. I've been saying this for a while, but truly I am embodying it. I'm owning it. And it's a beautiful place to be. I invite you here with me on this porch. The other thing that I found was, and it may have been in that same thread, messages where I was painting with Kalel. And I was talking about love and saying, I love you. And he said, I love me. Oh, and I was like, yeah. Oh, baby, like, keep loving you. And I painted that I heart you. I heart me. I love me. And when I say it, I mean it. I love me. I love who I am. I love how I am. Even the parts that are unaccepted, even the parts that are rejected, even the parts that are, I don't know, problematic. Even the parts, just all of the parts, y'all. And I love the evolution of me. And I love pouring into me and pouring into you. And so, one of the things in my notes, and you know what, y'all? I'm going to have to pause this because I am with a group of people and we're going to be leaving and I don't know the timeline. Oh, I can pause. All right. Pause, iPhone. Thank you. All right, I'm back. But I still don't know the timeline, but I've got some time and I've got a shawl on. Speaking of Mother Africa, yes, it is representing. So, in my notes, I know that I said friendships come and go. Some fizzle and fade. Some fury and flame. And some are here for a season, a reason, a lifetime. And some come and go. The same relationship comes and goes, right? And we're talking about friendships here. And one of the friends that are here is someone that I've known since childhood. And we've been on again, off again. And I'm grateful that we are currently and foreverly, like forevermore, on. Yeah, and it's beautiful. And sometimes the relationship needs a pause. Sometimes the relationship needs healing. And sometimes it requires stepping separately in order to get that healing. And then you can come back, and this has happened with me with multiple people, as a matter of fact. And it's lovely when you can come back together, and I have found it so, I'm looking for a word, y'all. Special, meaningful, just perfectly timed. So there's one woman where she and I were estranged, and she and I spent a lot of time, like weekly, together, and then it was off. And it was just for a time. And when we got back together, we were able to swap stories. Swap stories, exchange moments during that separation. And when we spoke, we did not ever speak about, not really, the separation itself. We didn't go into apologies, acknowledgments, none of that. It was unnecessary because we became different people than we were when we had the breakup, if you will. So what was interesting was that she and I were on like this parallel journey and of healing and growth and spirituality, and it was just really neat. And I have another friend that I've done an episode about. She is a phoenix. She is an overcomer. She's resilient, and we too are on a spiritual journey, and it's parallel and it crisscrosses. And right now we are in each other's timelines, and it is beautiful, and I'm so proud of her. And you know, we never like broke up, right? But we just weren't in each other's lives, you know. And now we are, and I'm very happy about that. And I definitely feel like we are part of each other's soul family. And there's a few people like that. The friend that I'm with here, she is definitely that. We were meant to be together. And I've got a few people in my life who are like that, right? That you were just meant to meet. You were meant to have an exchange, you know, of words, of wits, of love, of appreciation, of trials, of challenges, of overcomings. And I have another person. Again, this happens. Friendships come and go, right? So in my notes, I speak about a young woman who is so mature. She started having kids long before me. And I had my boy, and she already had her 1, 2, 3 kids. And there was, I'm just wanting to put this very delicately. We have just started communicating again, maybe over the last, 6 months. And it's been hit and miss. So not very many touch points at all, but this was after radio silence of a couple of years. She experienced a lot of loss in her family, and she tends to, or her method of coping and the way that she I guess heals is sort of like to get into a cocoon and to stay with her immediate family, right? And so she closed herself off in that safe space so that she could breathe, and so that she could live, and so that she could survive, and also so she could thrive. And we spoke several months ago. It was one of our first like real talks, and in that conversation it was acknowledged that we are no longer friends. And it's not that we don't love each other, but we don't have a friendship anymore. But we're slowly building it. So we have spent time together, which has been nice. But that talk was very real. It was very deep. It was very, to me, moving and eye-opening. In it, I learned that as much as I poured into her, as much as I even doted on her as a little sister and a friend and loved up on her family, there were times where I was not safe for her. When I came over, and this was back in the time when I was homeschooling my oldest, so I was married at the time, but it was me and my son, right? Just the two of us. And I would come over and spend time with her, and her kids would be there. And at that time, I feel like it was definitely before I started therapy. ah, Therapy has helped so much. Therapy has helped me to become a safer space for other people as I've grown in my understanding of the psychology of people and hurts and how people respond to hurts. So I, as a young parent and as a motherless mother, I would be so triggered by my son and one of her children. I also felt triggered by the disobedience, the back talk, because I wasn't allowed to do that, and I would come to her defense and I would correct him. And I learned in this conversation that she really felt very anxious around me. And anxiety is not fun. Anxiety is not good, right? And looking back, I could understand. I could understand where I was, and I could see where she was, and I could see that she didn't have the words at the time to communicate that with me. And it wasn't safe to. She did not feel safe. She did not feel at peace with me. She felt, I'm sure, as a mother, the need to defend her kid, even internally, and she, I'm sure, was at war, because she loved me, and she just didn't have the ability. Maybe she was frozen-eyed to get that way. And so I apologized deeply. I offered my remorse. I asked for her forgiveness, and I acknowledged my part. I didn't sugarcoat it. I didn't say, well, I hadn't had therapy yet. I just said, I am so sorry. I don't know what exactly I said, but I know that I apologized, and I know that she understood my sincerity, and I also know that it's possible that those feelings of the past can resurface. You can forgive someone and then have a recollection and it kind of mess with your heart or your energy, and that's okay too. It's a continual process, and forgiveness also doesn't always mean reconciliation. So we are slowly but surely reconciling, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity. And yeah, so back to soul friendships, soul kindred souls. I hear people that they're outside, so actually I'm gonna put that on pause, and I'm actually gonna stop this video, and I will come back to you soon. Now I'm at the beautiful Omni in Asheville, North Carolina. Stunning views and huge gingerbread houses all over the hotel. Waiting for our rooms and enjoying the lovely landscape. So there's a poem that I wrote. I believe it's called Heaven's Door, and it touches on the whole kindred spirits. And there are some who believe, many who believe, we return here multiple times, right? That we do multiple trips, and each time we are here, we are ascending, right? We are growing, we are evolving, we are becoming our higher selves. There are some people who believe that some are in a soul family, and one lifetime, you might be the father, and another one of your soul family members would be the daughter, and the next time the person who was the daughter in one lifetime would be the best friend in another. It's very interesting, and I think the beauty behind it is that there are people who have such a positive impact and or maybe it's a negative impact in the moment, but it does in fact draw out of you what it is that you needed to become the very best version of you. And I think there is beauty in connection and finding ways to be connected to people, and realizing that there are some people who enter your life for however short or long of a period of time that were meant to be there. Yeah, it's very special. It's very special. And now there are some people who come in and out of your life or come into your life, and there is this cord, right? A cord that attaches the two of you, and you might want to cut that cord, and that's okay. Cut that soul tie, cut it, chop it up, disintegrate disintegrate the cord, burn it, put some acid on it. Sometimes you have to do that a couple times. So there are people in my life who've come and gone, and there are people who've been in my life forever that I never want them to go. Like my cousin Isha. She's been there since I was a baby, and she's been here for all of my babies. As a matter of fact, I've got tons of pictures, and I don't know if I'll do it on this or if I'll make it like an Instagram post, but I was thinking about stringing a lot of the photos over the years of her with me and her with my children. I love me some Isha. When I see her, I light up. My face just lights up. Yep. That's what she does for me. She just soothes my heart. She calms my nervous system. Like she's this salve. And I just love her deeply. Is there anyone in your life who does that for you? Who calms you? Is there anyone in your life that inspires you? Is there anyone in your life that is a muse, that gets your creative juices flowing, if you will? Maybe you had writer's block, and all of a sudden you're writing more than ever because of that inspiration. Is there someone in your life who believes in you, who speaks love over you, who speaks life over you, who speaks health over you? Is there someone in your life who prays for you every day, who lifts you up? Is there someone in your life who straightens out your crown without telling the world it was crooked? We need more people like that, right? Is there anyone in your life that just gets you, that allows you to be you, that enjoys your company, that you're not ashamed to show up as yourself in all of the different forms? We need more people like that. And again, it's beautiful to imagine that we spend lifetimes with them, and that they are in all of our timelines, no matter what form we might come in. Maybe we come in as a human on Earth, and maybe we come in as, I don't know, some other magical creature in another world. It's very fascinating, very interesting. I think maybe this is where creativity is born, and all of these other just ideas. More on that later, but I need to double check with the group, and just wanted to touch base and let you guys see the beauty of my surroundings and chat with a bit. So I will be right back. Hey y'all, I'm back. Wardrobe change, and I'm in front of my computer and this beautiful lamp at the Omni, and oh, it feels so good. It feels so good outside. And I met a really special woman tonight and her friend. And it was good. It was great. And so I'm here in North Carolina with new friends. We're talking about friendship. We're talking about how they come in basically all different shapes and sizes, all sorts of styles. Sometimes they're compartmentalized. You know, you've got your work friends, you've got your party friends, your serious friends, your ride or die friends, which I like to call ride and live, because I don't want to die, right? I don't want to ride to my death. You've got college friends, high school friends, etc. And sometimes we give that special term, friend. I've talked about this before, where sometimes we talk about it and we say the person's a friend, but really they're acquaintance. But I'm not going to dive into the depths of all of that because I've already discussed it. So we're just saying friends, right? You got your permanent friends and your temporary friends. And sometimes you've got your friends who are just living, I don't know, in another state or in another county, in another country, and y'all don't connect. But when you do see each other, you love each other, and it's as if, y'all know what I'm talking about before I even go there, it's as if there was never time between, right? There was never space in between. So, some friendships are for seasons, some are for reasons, some are for life, and some are across timelines. And so now I am going to, I'm tapping my nails on this thing. What I really need to do, because my elbow is very uncomfortable, is to put my elbow on my computer case because it's soft. I'm gonna read you a poem. And it's called Heaven's Door. And I wrote it for someone who's very special, who I haven't talked to, I think officially, because it's now into Sunday. It's been 11 days. And it might be 11 more months before I talk to them. And that's okay. I don't know if you can hear me out there, if my frequency is connecting, but I'm going to read this poem. So let's see. But first, before I read the poem, I actually want to read this other thing, which is a post that I saw. Kids say the darndest things. Have you ever known any kids, whether it's a niece, a nephew, a son, a daughter, a cousin, I don't know, a friend from work? Some of y'all have, where you're like, that child has an old soul. It's like they've been here before, and just maybe they have. Have you ever thought maybe they have? What if they have? What does that mean? You don't have to dive too deep, but I thought this post was really interesting. It was on Threads. Y'all know it's like my favorite. And so it says, first my notes say that I've settled into the idea that our souls return. And then I saw this post. So the son, I'm gonna guess he was 11 or younger. My guess is maybe he's 8, between 5 and 8. Under 11 is my guess. He says to his mother, my mom died. If y'all can see my face on Spotify or YouTube, otherwise this is just audio, every other provider, check me out, see my facial expressions. Anyway, the mom said, Kai, I'm your mom. And without flinching and sounding exasperated, like in her words, she was stupid, He looked her dead in the eyes and said, "I've had 3 moms before you, Mom." I don't know that woman, but I know there's a lot of people out there who know. Again, kids say the darndest things, and I know another mom. It's like a mom-daughter duo, but they're both moms. They've got 3 generations, okay, living under the same roof. And one of the grandchildren, so my friend's grandson, was walking back and forth while his mom and grandmother were watching a show. And it was a show about missing kids, okay? So the grandson has been in and out of the room, and then he comes back and he sees this image of a kid on the screen. This is a boy who's been missing, and the grandson starts screaming uncontrollably, inconsolably, this kid's name. He has never met this boy, who was probably born in the early 1900s, if not earlier than that. This boy was born in the 2000s. This other, at least minimum, was born in the 1900s. It could have been the late 1900s. He starts screaming his name as if he knows him. What if our souls return? Right? What if we get a chance at more life? In whatever capacity, I don't know. It's very interesting. So, without further ado, here is Heaven's Door. I gotta scroll up. Let me see if I can help with those light. There's a glare on my glasses. I'm trying to undo that. There's just like, and I don't want y'all up my nostrils. Let me see if I can lean into this armrest. Here we go. Okay. I'm trying. Okay. Heaven's Door. Kindred spirits, souls aligned, friendship formed across timelines, neither female, male, nor Greek, simply fated to one day meet, sharing purposes, a destined alliance, born of trust and mutual kindness. We play in different lanes, yet our spirits are connected. No reason for shame, the partnership protected. Brother, sister, friend, taking turns till the end. In this life or another, simply here for each other. Never enemies, never off balance, always symmetry, always joining talents. No need to panic, no need to doubt. Soul families planet. What a practice of clout. Whatever the planet, whatever the form, consciousness expanded, recognition is born. A beautiful agreement some soul families make to meet again each lifetime, a bond that will not break. Each universe has its own jargon. In this one, we've made a bargain. The simplest words to describe, our souls are part of the same tribe. No need to be clandestine, no need for fakery. Meet me at the coffee shop or local bakery. Joking aside, couldn't resist the rhyme. What I'm trying to say, to carefully convey. Give or take a half century in, I'm glad we finally met. Time is irrelevant. It matters not when we begin. Count on this, count on me, an ordained part of your team. Worry not, stress no more. Consider me from Heaven's Door, sent from Heaven's Door. I'm going to repeat that last part. What I'm trying to say, to carefully convey, give or take a half century in, so 50 years, I'm glad we finally met. Time for us is irrelevant. It matters not when we begin. Count on this, count on me, an ordained part of your team. Worry not, stress no more. Consider me sent from heaven's door. Sometimes there are people that we're just supposed to meet, and maybe it's just for a couple of words over a wine flight, a wine tasting at the Biltmore. So I met 2 people. I was in a party of 9, and we were doing a wine tasting, and there were 2 people next to me, a man and a woman, and the woman was so beautiful. She had the most brilliant, like you could just dive into her eyes, hazel eyes, at least based on the lighting, they looked hazel to me. And I stopped them, I interrupted them. I'm laughing at myself, I'm laughing at my audacity. So the man was next to me, and then the woman was on the other side. So I said, hey, is it okay for me to interrupt? And he was like, sure. And he turned to me and faced me, and I was like, no, not you, I didn't back up. And he backed up, and then I leaned into her, and I just told her, you're gorgeous, you're just like so lovely, basically, give or take, right? Something to that effect. And it's true, and I see you. And then I asked if they were together, and they said it was to be determined, TBD. So I thought that was very interesting, and then I said I wasn't going to bother them anymore. But I think in that moment, because of course I did bother them some more, maybe it wasn't a bother, I interrupted, but I asked permission. I sought approval first. I gave her my friend's handle at Shay Your Love Diva, right? And in fact, this woman had overheard part of the conversation that we were having, and she thought, I'm sure it was very intriguing to her, right? But relationships and how a woman makes a man better in a marriage, right? His value increases exponentially because of the woman. I've talked about this before a little bit. Let's make it very clear we're talking about healthy relationships, right? So I told her in no uncertain terms, you are the prize. This man who's standing next to you is not the prize. He will never be the prize. You are the prize. And I think she might be seeing me right now, because at the end of it all, I told her about my podcast and she followed me. Hi. Hi. All right, let me not get too ahead of myself. I want to tell you a little bit more. And I'm very excited. And there was one person that I wanted to tell. I wanted to call that person, and I couldn't. Like, I leaned into some intuitive measures. But it's possible that that person will hear this message one day, and then that person will know I met my OSP. Yo. It was so powerful. Okay, so back to the couple. I told her she was the prize. And, they're looking to see whether or not they might date and more, right? And I wanted her to know what I want, all young brides to know, is not to make the mistake that I made, where for me, the first year and a half, I made my whole marriage about him. And I shared boldly, but vulnerably, that it was born of insecurity. I was afraid to be rejected. I was afraid to be abandoned because of some old programming, basically, right? Some stuff from the past. And I also said my husband never asked that of me or wanted that. And I told her, I said, if your light is too bright for someone, they can go put some sunglasses on, or they can go find someone who has a dimmer light. But don't you ever dull your shine, period. So that was that. And then I can't tell you about the conversation I had with him, but a little bit later, a couple drinks later, which, by the way, I feel like I had a hack for me. So we did the Biltmore tour. We had a private tour. I highly recommend, although there's some really fishy, creepy stuff with that family, but I'm not going to go into that. That's a different episode, maybe. I don't want to go there. The private tour was everything. It was awesome. So anyway, they have a shop. They have multiple shops, and they have like a chocolate candy shop. And I got bonbons and truffles. Oh, and I ate about 5 of them. And I hadn't had very much food, but I ate those. And then I had the wine, 5 different wine tastings, sips. And I felt a little warm in my neck. But I also have this lovely fur capey thingy. So lovely. Anyway, oh, I wasn't wearing this though. Oh, remember what I was wearing? I'm talking to you, girl. You who started following me. I hope you stay following me. I hope you'll hear all the things that I have to say, since I feel like I'm talking to you. Anyway, I had something else on, which was also fabulous. Oh, y'all saw part of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter what I was wearing. I felt a little warmth in my neck. That was it. I usually am a lightweight, but the chocolate, the bonbons, I'm smelling weird stuff. And it's a little like misty. Let me close my computer. Okay, so I talked to him. And again, I'm not going to say, because she's listening. He may not be listening, but I'm not going to tell her what he said to me. But it was an interesting, like I asked him a question. And I thought it was very fascinating. And so I sat with it for a little bit. And then, maybe a couple more sips later, I asked if I could interrupt again, and then I had him move, like we traded spaces, so I could just look her in her eyes. And I told her some things. I'm not going to tell y'all. She knows what I said. I told her some things, some of which was from Shay Your Love Diva. That's the expert, y'all, not me. But I've got a lot of experiential stuff. And I've seen her work like in action in my own life and whatever. Anyway, I'm full of wisdom and love. Okay. So I told her some things. And she shared some things with me about people in her life, relationships from the past. And really my goal and my hope was just to pour love into her and tell her that she was altogether lovely, more than whatever her face facade is. There's more depth to her. And some other meaningful things, and ultimately how I also had experienced a couple of abusive relationships based on my insecurity. And I wanted her to love herself. I wanted her to pour into herself so that she could teach him and anybody else how to love her. I talked about attraction a little bit, like we attract sometimes what we believe. And so it's so important to believe like the best of yourself so that you can attract people who would believe the best in you. And then I told her about my podcast. And she looked me up, and then she followed me, yay. And then I asked her name, and she told me her name, and I asked how she spelled it, which was significant because there's like, in general, there's like 2 ways to spell this name, and she spelled it in the particular way. And then I teared up, y'all. I got emotional, and I asked her if I could hug her because as I thought about the person that I'm talking to and the person I'm pouring into, it was that name spelled specifically that way. And I told her that I would forever remember meeting her. And it's true. And maybe we'll see each other again. maybe in San Diego. I don't know. Somewhere. But I hope you're listening. And I'm wishing you the very best. And girl, you can comment anytime. And you can let me know how the TBD turned out. I would love to know. I would love to know. So, friendships, they come and go. Oh, this is actually rain. My computer's getting wet on top. Let me see if I have any other notes on this computer before I move this elsewhere. I already talked about the one friend, how ultimately I was not safe for her. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, Shay, yes. Shay and I. Shay, your love Devo. This is her birthday celebration. Y'all, I have got to. Oh, look. Ooh, let me show you my chocolate stash. I ate all the bonbons, but there are truffles. And there are fudge, chocolate fudge things. I'm not going to eat in front of y'all. I'm definitely not going to eat these truffles because my eyes will roll back in my head and it'll just be too much for some people. But Shay tells me when she sees me, when we do video calls, that I make food look really good. Remember, I'm a foodie. And I wrote that one poem. Sorry, this boxes almost fell. I dropped these boxes so many times. There's a poem I wrote where I spear the meat. Yes. What was it called? It had to do with vices. I think it was Vices, What's Yours was the name of it. And it might have been in the episode Poetry Galore. All right. I'm shifting. See the Christmas trees up here? So pretty. And I think my room, oh, do they have the curtains closed? My room is over here. And I'm giving certain people time without my presence. Just say that. So I'm here for a birthday gal. Her words, 29 again. So she's older than me. So then I say I'm 28. Ooh. If she's 29, I'm younger. So I'm 28. Okay. All right. Ooh, I think I found a great spot to go to. Okay. I do think I need to have a truffle though. So I might, in fact, eat a chocolate in front of you. I'll try to not make it too uncomfortable for you. I got all kinds of flavors. Is that chocolate on my face? There's some chocolate on my face? Alright. I'm melting into the yumminess. So good. Alright. I'm right next to some white Christmas trees. Friendships come and go. Shay and I have had a couple breakups. And tonight, she hugged me and whispered in my ear that she was so glad that we were in each other's lives. And I agree, and I'm so glad. I'm so grateful. And she's teaching me so many things, and I'm gonna work for her, y'all. I don't think I put that. I didn't put that video together yet. So there is video proof of me committing. There's some hesitation, there's some pauses, but it's legit. Is it recording?
It is. You're alive.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm Melinda Dawn.
Yes.
Your host at Unapologetically Yours.
Why is your phone brighter?
Because I got an iPhone.
Shut up. Oh, wait, no, now mine's brighter.
It's too bright.
I changed. Now it was too bright.
I
Yes.
am live at the experts place, Shea Your Ladita, and I have just committed to coming on staff with her to be trained by the lovely coach Elisa and to accept this generous opportunity with open, not just hands, but open arms to accept the full abundance. And my husband earlier today, while I was on a plane, sent me a voice note. And it was so beautiful and encouraging. And he told me several things. He said, maybe we really ought to accept all of the opportunities that are coming our way, even though they look different than what we thought we would be doing. He also said that he wanted to encourage me to do all of the things that my heart is intent on doing, which one is absolutely helping women, making sure they're in amazing relationships, and that he supports me in all my endeavors, from my podcast to the books to working with Shay, who I have worked with her before, and she's been asking me for a long time, and maybe it's time. And so I am saying today, which is Thursday, December 11th. I'm saying I'm committing to work with her, and I will be part-time because I've got kids, but my kids, especially my oldest son, and I'm going to send this video to him as well. This is going too long.
Finish the commitment part.
Okay, I commit to working part-time 3 days a week at Shea Your Love Diva to transform women's lives.
And I'm committing that I will show up during the hours. I am committing
that I will show up Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday.
Yes.
From 9 to 6.
Yes.
With some in between of me picking my kids up, but I will be on the work calls from 5 to 6-ish because it could go over. Mm-hmm. And my kids will not interrupt mommy's work because I will be working.
And you won't give up and be like, oh my God, this is your
And I will not be flaky.
Yeah.
And I will be amazing.
You will be amazing.
I am amazing.
You are amazing. You is that girl. Remember, we're on TV.
Right. So, please congratulate me. And it's okay if you don't, because I congratulate myself. And yes, I accept. Now I'm looking in her eyes instead of the camera. I accept this beautiful position and this beautiful opportunity. Shay, thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of the team. I can't wait to meet everyone, and I can't wait to really just give my whole heart to this mission of helping the world, and I'm excited for what that will mean for my family, and the ripple effect that will happen across the globe because of this commitment.
I love it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yay.
So I want y'all to remember her face today, because 3 months from now, when she's like dripping, oops, sorry, you're going to edit that part. When she's dripping because she's an amazing closer, and after helping so many women, and she has like all kinds of just money being thrown at her face, she's going to have a completely different look, and we're going to do another video.
All right. Okay.
I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the fam.
Thank you.
The Shea Better family. Okay.
I'm going to be one of her closers because I love love and I love women. My husband sent me, I think, the most beautiful. Let me eat this chocolate, y'all. Because it's like on my finger. I did just wash my hands. I hope I don't get kicked out. All right. So I totally forgot with the distraction of the chocolate to talk about what my husband said. So he sent me the very sweetest voice memo, and he talked about the opportunity with Shay and how I would really be good at it. And I have a heart in general for women, for them not to be in bad relationships, but to be in good ones. And I'm going to drop this other piece.
Opportunity. So I am happy to encourage you in whatever direction you want to go, whether it be the books, the podcast, the video podcast, doesn't matter what it is. Go and expand, and where are your limits? Not limits, that's the wrong word. You're limitless. How do I say this? We have potential, right? I want you, as your husband, to be over and above and beyond in I don't know what the potentials are. I don't know. And maybe that's part of the fun. But I know that it's not mediocre. I know that it's not low level. I know that the energy that you have inside of you is bursting to get out. And so I just want to encourage you to do anything that you love and that your heart is in. And I know that your heart is in that field. To what extent?
Isn't that sweet? Oh, my heart just cracked open with this message, and there was more to it, but I'm not going to share all of it. But what I want to say is, get you your own man who loves you enough to want to encourage you to follow your dreams and to pursue the things that he knows lights you up and that lights you up. You deserve it. Before I go into the Shay thing, I'm going to tell you about another new friend named Ernie. And I think his brother's name was Cedric. Two white guys, basically, from South Africa. One of them is like a big game killer. The other one is a family medicine doctor. And he said something very peculiar to me. And there's this phrase that I don't love, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because it's slang that some people will understand. I felt some kind of way about it. Probably the group of us did. And Shay encouraged me to stay classy. Because I felt like I need to tell him. So I minded my own black-owned business. And what? And then he wound up, I don't know, standing up and coming closer to me. And then we talked. And then I told him the truth as I saw it. My truth, the truth. And I encouraged him to consider his audience. And I told him, in my opinion, who he could acceptably say the thing that he said to us to in the future. But he should really be mindful about saying it to our particular type of audience. Now, he raised some good points. And turns out he married a woman, unfortunately divorced, but with my namesake. And he's got a teenage boy, a little older than my teenage boy, my firstborn. I think in general, and I did get the vibe, and he was happy, and he was drinking a couple of doubles. But I did get a general vibe, and I'm gonna take him at his word. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he asked for, that he's a kind person. We spoke about kindness. Now, when I was talking to him, I am certain that my face was giving him the business. And I am certain that my neck might have been rolling a little bit, and my eyebrows would have probably been arching as I articulated points, as he, by the way, interjected, which I was like, no, I'm gonna finish. And so I did. We talked about love. And I told him about my mom. And I told him about my blue-eyed blonde girl. And I got to meet his brother briefly as they were leaving. And it was good. Now, he just wanted to have a good time. And I feel like that he... Oh, there's an opossum. There's an opossum. It's okay. It's a little creepy. Okay. Anyway, I feel like I was a buzzkill. I even said those words. And he said it wasn't necessarily that, but he just wanted to feel good and like, kumbaya was his vibe a little bit. And I don't want to knock his kumbaya. I did say he had the caucasities to say some stuff. But in general, I got good vibes from him. And I did say that I hoped, even though he took my vibe as maybe offensive or what's a better word? Like argumentative. This thing feels so good, y'all. I want one of these. It's real fur. No offense to anyone. Okay. I lost my concentration because this just feels so good to touch. Okay, let me stop. What did I say? I got good vibes. Oh, I remember. I said that I hoped in the light of day that he would consider what I had to say. And so maybe he will. Now, because he married a Brazilian with almond skin, and his son, his words, was almond, the curiosity that I suggested he tap into, he said he's already kind of done, and he's had many various talks about the topic that we were talking about. But anyway, we ended with a fist bump and discussing kindness and love. And he said, he asked me a question, and I'm trying to think what it was. So I said to him, my mom taught me I have the best of both worlds, right? I also said that I believe that every single person on the planet is capable. I mean, obviously not a freaking 3-month-old baby, right? But every adult, really, probably some kids, anyway, is capable of murder. It's a hard truth. The nicest freaking person with the right circumstances. And I really got the gist of that by watching Stanley Tucci in, it's either The Inside Man or just Inside Man. I think it's the latter, and I think it's like some sort of British thing. I don't think you have to have BBC though to see it. Look it up. Stanley Tucci, Inside Man. Find it, watch it. It's like, it's set in Britain, and it's a series. I don't know how many episodes. It's good. And there's a father, and he loves his son, and he says this one thing sort of like half-hearted, jokingly, not understanding something. And then just everything goes downhill from there. And then the one particular person isn't paying attention to what he's saying, and that person should. And if they just listened instead of being freaked out, then he wouldn't have had to do what he had to do, which could have led to her death, because all it takes is just one misunderstanding and one parent also trying to protect their kid. Just saying. So he asked me, in light of that, he said, what about love? And I said, I love love. Like, I'm all about love. And he talked about love and acceptance, and I said, acceptance was one of my favorite words. And ever since I received it, I try to give it, right? And I told him I love with my whole heart. And so he asked if I thought, since I thought everyone's capable of murder, do I think everyone's capable of love? And I said no. What I said was, I think love can change everyone, but that there are some people who aren't, for whatever reason, capable of love. And I told them about a conversation I had with a gentleman who was some kind of psychologist doctor on an airplane visiting my dying grandmother at the time, who worked in the jail system, and it was all about like rehabilitation. And this doctor said that some people just aren't habilitated to begin with, right? It was like psychos, right? Psycho stalker killers, if you will. And I only say that because of my previous episode with that name in it. There are some people that just, I don't know, like, so in this lifetime, are they? Love can change anyone and everyone. I do believe that. He saw my ring and he asked me, I don't know if he asked me if I found love, but whatever he asked, I smiled and I talked about Jacob and our 3 kids. And Jacob is not with me on this trip, unfortunately. He is home with the kids, which I'm very grateful for this opportunity to celebrate the birthday of one of my very dearest friends. So anyway, it was nice, and it was like, if you will, a new friendship, right? Will I ever see him again? I doubt it. Will we remember each other for some period of time? Probably. Could we be friends? I think so. Like, we had some intelligent discourse, and it was nice. And I was open to his thoughts and leanings, which was that as humans, ultimately, he didn't use the word human, but we all have so much more in common than not. And I think that that is true. But I think that not talking about the hard things and not talking about the negative things, that doesn't make those things not exist. I think it's meaningful to discuss them. I think it's meaningful to have beautiful conversations like the one we had. I would love to do it where both of us are totally sober, if you will, right? Like, I don't even feel tipsy. But he'd had a couple friendly drinks, which is okay. I'm just saying, like, in the light of day, Have you ever gone on a trip and just like met someone that you really connected with? Maybe you even exchanged numbers or addresses like way back in the day and you kept in touch. It's so cool. I highly recommend it. Also be careful and just trust your own trust your own senses, your spidey senses, and trust your intuition. And if you feel like there's a red flag, girl, run. Boy, run. So, friendships come and go. And some of the most beautiful friendships are ones that keep returning, you know? And so there are, I don't know if I talked about it, but there was a friend, I think I didn't talk about it in my previously recorded stuff. There was a friend. It'll be interesting to see when we might connect again. Our friendship, like I know the day that it ended. Via text, over politics, ultimately. I don't think she would say it's over politics, but it's a political figure. Probably not who you think it is. And I said some things, and I'm certain to her they went too far. It went too far. And I can see that. I do not retract not one word. Not one. But I understand. And part of me understanding is because I know that she's such a sweetheart. Like she's like a good egg, you know? She's so kind. She sees goodness in everyone. She does not think every single person is capable of murder. She doesn't. She thinks every single person is capable of love. I love that about her. I do. And I also have kind of, sadness is not the right word, but sorrow maybe is better, because she can be taken advantage of, right? There's some naivety there, and there's a lack of, I don't know, defense, you know, a lack of protection maybe. But I love her heart just to see the good. The thing with it though, and where it becomes naive to me in her particular case, is when all of the evidence is there, she will choose to believe the good, like, only, and not the bad, right? Now I do think all people are capable of good. That I do believe, truly. I truly do. I think there are redeeming qualities of some people, not everybody. It is possible that she and I will become friends again. I don't know. Maybe she will have other people in her life over the next couple of decades that will be able to speak to her in a way that might either inform or educate or, I don't know, soften her to the plight that I fully know and have lived, in the way that I'm compassionate to a particular group of people, 2 particular groups of people. Women is one of them, and black people is another. And I love white people too. I'm white. I'm half white. Remember, I told y'all I have a poem called Africa. Africa. It's not a, what's that word? It's not a haiku, because a haiku is 575. I feel like it's one of those word poems where I wrote out the word Africa, right, in the, like a vertical column. And I don't know if it's one word per letter, because I've done that too, or if it's like phrases, right? It's good. I think it's good. It's clever. You know what? I might have it on my computer. Let me see if I can find it on my laptop. I'm sitting in a sleigh, y'all, like Santa's sleigh. Melinda's sleighing over here. All right, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna put this down here, log into my phone, my computer, and save that, and look up file, open, and see if I can find Africa. Ooh, I should have read that to these South African guys. Africa. I'm not seeing it there. Let me go to my text messages and type in Africa. You know what? When I last saw it, it's probably on a piece of paper. Oh, hold on. I gotta join my hotspot. I was searching on pages and text message, but in order to do so properly, I likely need to be logged in. My computer is so cold. I had a lovely day. I've had a great couple of days. It would have been better if my husband were here, and it would have been even more better. Not more than my husband, but it would have also been better. Did I clean that up enough? If my husband and my kids were here. Sometimes I get jealous, but it's like a silly jealousy. Like, not even jealous is not even the right word. You know, my husband will see me, right? And his face will soften, which is nice. But then when he sees our kids, his face lights up. And I'm like, I didn't get that. I want your face to light up when you see me. I started now, when he walks past me in our house and he doesn't touch me or kiss me, I'm like, do you even love me? What's going on? You didn't even try to kiss me. What's up? I don't even remember the last time you kissed me. All right, let's see. Open recent. I am looking. Ooh. I wonder if I should read some other poems. Let's see. I should not do that today. I should not. That's too much. That's too much. You're not ready. You're not ready for that one. You're not. Let's see. How about this one? Nope. It's too much. Let me tell you something. You're welcome that I'm not reading this poem. You're not ready. It's okay. One day. One day you might be. 11 months from now. I don't know. Ooh, I forgot to write Barb back. I've got to send her a text. So she asked me if I was available Tuesday or Thursday to play bridge, but I'm going to be sales training. I'm very excited, y'all. I love sales. I love sales because it's like an opportunity to win, and I love winning. I do. I love being the best. Yes. You know what else I love? I love driving fast, but I even also love, so my friend has a Bentley. It's a what is it, like a Bentag, I don't know what it is. It's gorgeous. It's this beautiful, rich, but like a light blue, but not like a gross light blue on a car. It's like a rich blue, but not a navy blue. I don't know how to describe it, but y'all know the color I'm talking about. So there were 5 of us in the car. Her husband was driving. She's in the front seat, passenger. I'm behind the driver. And there was a couple of times today that he just put that foot on the gas pedal and it just revved and had us zoom in. And I was like, yes. I literally said, yes. Both times. Oh, I love it. I love it. Ooh, my hands are starting to feel cold. I don't have gloves on. All right, it's the real cold when your fingers start feeling like stingly, needly thing. All right, friendships. The other thing that I told this couple, I did, is, and then, so now that I'm talking about that, I'm talking to you, girl. I'm talking to you. I was so proud of you. I was so proud of you at the things that you said when I shared what I shared. Now, let me try to remember what I was going to tell all of y'all. I shared how my husband and I were friends first. And how it was so meaningful, and that when things get hard, we can fall back on that, So it's a good place to be. I have said in the past, so I have a best friend. Her name is Michelle. And my husband has said, like, I'm his best friend. And I'm like, well, Michelle's my best friend. Sorry, buddy. There have been a couple times where I felt bad about that. But there have also been times where I felt like we lost our friendship. We weren't friends, And it's something that we are intentionally working on now. And it really is special, and it's also important for us to have that time together to focus on that, right? And somebody shared a couple of date spots, and my husband sent me a text about going on a date and getting a babysitter. And y'all, I feel like we have not been on a date in for forever. And have we? I feel like maybe February we had a date. My friend Vanessa, the opera singer, she had a Valentine's Day thing. So that was a date. Maybe 3 or 4 times this whole freaking year. That's not enough. Y'all, if you're married, you should be going on dates every week, period. And I'm saying that as somebody who has not ever done that. But we're working on it. And so sometimes, oh man, I just realized I haven't talked to my best friend in a few days. And I think that's intentional on her part so that I could enjoy this trip. But it also could be that she's having a really hard time. I mean, how can she not have a hard time when I'm not with her and near her? No, she's had some not fun stuff. I'm hearing like the scampering of little animal feet. It's making me creepy, feeling like scared a little bit. So, friendships. Sometimes you have to put certain friendships on hold. Could be all kinds of reasons. I remember actually when she and her husband, who then became an ex, who then became deceased, unfortunately, when they first got married, they were given this advice, and it was basically just focus on the two of you, but to the exclusion of your friends. Well, they only had one friend, which was me. That's not entirely true. I was her best friend, and I was his best friend. Yes, I had a guy friend. This is my best friend, Scott Jones. Anyway. So they were breaking up with me, and it was awful. I cried in the back seat of their, I think it was a Buick. Michelle, was that a Buick? I cried. It was awful. And they wound up not breaking up with me. Which, I don't know, it's good and bad. Sometimes there's a good reason to distance yourself from even someone who's the most beautiful or the most amazing or the most generous or the most thoughtful, so that you can concentrate on other things. It could be work. It could be your business. It could be your dreams. It could be, your immediate family. And so there's this one gorgeous woman. I love her. I learned so much from her. And I found some texts, and I think I talked about this earlier. I did, about some messages between us where I was talking about my magnificence. And so I was excited because I was like, oh, I've been saying this for a long time. But now I'm like really stepping into it, and I couldn't then. I wasn't ready then. I wasn't secure enough then. I wasn't owning. I wasn't. It would like come and go. Like friendships. But this woman, without me saying her name, she pulled back with intention so that she could give her all to her household, her husband, and her children, and herself. And I'm proud of her, and she taught me how to do it. And in that time, and in that period of time, in those pockets of time, she grew, I'm sure, exponentially. And the security and love that she was establishing in her home, for her children, for her marriage, for her friendship with her spouse, grew exponentially. And so sometimes you might break ways with the person to give them room to do that. And I think it's so noble. And I think it's so beautiful. And I see you, and I appreciate you. And sometimes you have to do that for your own self. And sometimes that's so hard, and sometimes you would never break up with a friend. But they do it for you. For their own other reasons. For them to concentrate on their household, their health, their heart. So today, I shared the Go Love meditation with someone. They saved it on their YouTube, and I took their phone and texted it to themselves. Self, singular. It's really beautiful. It's you intentionally, taking some time to put energy into somebody else's heart, to think of them with love, and to put their heart and your heart, but I've also purposefully encouraged other people to do it for themselves. So instead of some other name that's out there, some other person that, you cherish more than yourself, I have suggested to do that with your own heart and mind, right? All of that loving energy you just pour into your own self. And I think it's a really great practice. And for all the new people and the new followers, look it up, YouTube, GOLOV20, Go Love 20. Love is without the E. Some of it might say official meditation. It's a Joe Dispenza meditation. Pour into you, love you. And know that friendships do come and go, and they're meant to, and if it's right and when the time is right, those friendships will come back. And it might be like a boomerang. It might be like a wrecking ball. I know for Shay, we were talking about it with the people that we're here with, some other couples, how we've known each other since we were 12. And so since we are 28 and 29, that's, 17 years. Her husband, they were friends years ago when they were teenagers, about 14, and we snuck out of my house, my childhood home in Tampa, to go meet up with him and one of his friends. And they lost touch. But they got reconnected, and it's so beautiful. And man, does he love her. He loves her so fiercely and so good. And she spent just so many years, decades, even before him, wanting to teach women about love and to find love and to heal themselves, and she's there. And I get to be part of that as well, to help future women love themselves and be open to love, to receive love. I'm very excited about that. And I'm excited about what it means even to have some friendships on hold so that I could focus on the most important friendship with my husband. What friendships are you bringing into 2026? What relationships matter to you? What people might you let go? Whether it's temporarily or permanently. Is there anyone you need to forgive? Do you need to forgive yourself? One thing I do think is necessary is to love yourself. And so I hope you can find so much room in your own heart to love you, to know that you're capable of such magical things. Not so much the killing a person stuff, but the loving somebody else stuff, right? You're capable of creating beautiful art, whether it's a song or furniture or tapestry or sculpture, or just pouring into children or pouring into women or pouring into men, like whatever your thing is, right? That's you. I hope you will figure that out, and that you will love you, all of the parts of you, even the one that's capable of murder. I want you to love that part too. It's very important. It's very important to love all your parts, all your pieces. I know I'm a better person because I do. I love all of me. So, I don't have much else. I think I touched on all the points that I wanted to, and enough time has passed for me to go back to the room. Oh, and I've got a spa day tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Now, I told Cedric and his brother Ernie, everything works in my favor. And it does, including that spa day. So, y'all, I am going to close this out, but I don't know that I'm going to take the time yet because it's important for me to get some beauty rest before I get some feel-goodness tomorrow. Apparently, a spa day at the Omni is like super special. I'm gonna get a massage. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm gonna go inside the hotel and I'm gonna wrap my hair. So hopefully it'll still be nice. I don't know, it got kind of wet. That kind of can mess stuff up, but the cold weather, maybe it'll just still be nice. I don't know, but anyway, thanks for listening. And why is it so hard for me to hang up? I don't want to abandon you. But I'm going to see you again. See, that helps me. I'll see you soon. You'll see me soon. You'll see me soon. As ever, I remain unapologetically yours.